Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yay! The first Meatless Monday with the right sound. I won't be like this. Oh, thank you for the graphics.
You're welcome.
JJ
Happy
Video
Halloween,
Reaction,
everybody.
always hooking us up with the little pictures. Happy Halloween if you celebrate Halloween.
The cool
Um,
thing is pumpkins are vegan.
that's right. And really good for you too. Like
How
they're one of the
so?
healthiest things. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin is so I don't have the health benefits right in front of me, but I'll post them for everyone. That was actually a good topic to discuss.
That would have been good. Oh my God, why didn't we think of it?
I know. Well, better late than never. Let me just take a look here. I'm going to look it up. Pumpkin health benefits. I know it's a lot of them because I had posted it before, but what I did have too, because so many have probably kids that have been out trick or treating, is we've got 15 candies that are vegan to discuss tonight. There's like Twizzlers. It reminds me of that movie, and like so many Smarties are vegan. So if
I
you're
think
trying to sift through and give your
it's the
kids vegan
Fockers.
candy and still let them celebrate the little holiday, we've got
Hmm.
some information on that for tonight. And we just
Awesome.
wanted to do like a check-in, see how everyone's doing on their plant-based journey. I know we've got Anita listening. I'm not sure if
Hi, Anita.
Ro is here or not, but we're interested in hearing how you're doing on your journey. Or is this when she's away on the cruise week?
She might be away this week.
Yeah, we're anxious to hear when you return. Brooke, my little sister, on her journey, I know she's trying to incorporate more plant-based food. She's probably exhausted. I don't know if she'll be on her
She's had an
Halloween.
eventful week.
Yes, I posted it on Facebook. But uh, speaking of Halloween, Brooke found my stepfather found a casket for them as a Halloween decoration that was just like one that was a model or something like that at a funeral home. They ended up finding the remains inside of it. Well, not remains, but like her information, a photo of the lady who was laid out in the casket and an envelope full of stuff and some personal information, and they were able to put a video Brooke did on TikTok, and it went viral, and they found the family who lived about 30-40 minutes away, and they just came and gave them their stuff back. And apparently she was a pastor in a community church who had just died 9 months ago. What a Halloween story was that.
Wow,
So
so
they met the
crazy.
whole family and they were so happy to get the stuff back. So we're proud of you for doing that.
Love you, Brooke.
And let's see. I wanted to also talk about one quick thing that I keep forgetting to update, but there's a group member on the Vegan Knowledge group, a couple of group members. Deb Vive is listens to the replays. She doesn't always catch the lives, but there's a website called vegancouragement.com that we'll post the link to. I'm on there. There's a couple of people, Rick McKeon, who we interviewed on Amazing Transformations, Mark Samuel. I'm not sure if I say it right. I might have been saying it all technical. Samuel, who was also let us know his vegan journey is on that website, and a bunch of other people. So we are definitely thankful to have you all here. And then we have Dina. If you're with us, Pastor Dina, please come on and give us your update. And anything you want to talk about, feel free. And we appreciate you coming on. And then Nancy also has joined us on Meatless Monday. All right. Anita is here. She is listening while she works and bakes a potato. What are you going to have on the potato? Did you ever find that vegan sour cream? Anita told me at work that she found this sour cream. They were trying to charge her $12 for it. I think it was,
Oh
or was
my
that
God.
that might have been cream cheese. I was like, go for Vile Life. It never charges me that much. I love that little Meatless Monday you got. That graphic you got on there.
Yeah, that's why I dipped out to go pull that in to go with the pumpkin.
I love it. So what else
Subscribe, guys.
do you
Don't
want to?
forget to hit the like button. Anybody who's in here, don't forget to hit that like button and smash the subscribe button and share it. People need this information, and Jen takes the time to come on here every week and give us good advice on how to, you know, get our bodies in a much more healthy space. So definitely share the video with your friends, family, and anybody that you know could use this advice.
Thank you so much. Definitely. And also, don't forget that it's a journey, and there's also things, no matter how used to this you get, it's really easy once you get started on something. Like we always talk about, and like I know you talk about on your midday show. I'll do a quick plug. Every day at noon Eastern time, Dawn comes on and helps us with our midday motivation, talks about things that have to do with the mind and how to keep yourself on a good track, whether it's meditation,
It's not
you
just
know,
about the physical. You got to keep the mental right too. The mental controls the physical, so it all goes
exact.
hand in hand.
We've got the mind, body, and spirit here. Just come on our channels and we will
The
all be feeling
full
good.
gambit.
But you have talked about this too. It takes, what did you say the other day? 30 days to form a habit, I think, or was it 15
Take
days?
30 days to get rid of a habit and 30 days to form one. And when you get rid of one, you definitely want to have one waiting to replace it with.
And like some people are even quicker. Like me, I can form a habit like in like
Me too,
2
in a
days.
couple of
Like
weeks.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Like if I start getting into a food and I like it, what I ate tacos for literally 2 months straight when I was got that vegan sour cream. And then finally one day I was like, I'm not as excited about my taco tonight. So that's why I didn't share too many pictures of food last month, over October, because I ate tacos for 3 out of the 4 weeks. But whatever, like it's easy for me to do the same thing all the time, and that's like when I go into the store now, I don't go around and saying, oh, that looks good but I can't have that, or that looks good, I can't have that. I go in, like, boom, I go right where to go. I know where my products are, just like you probably do now with your regular, if you're still eating the regular standard American diet or whatever. You're not going straight to this. These are my five, veggies I pick up for my salads. This is what I pick up for meat. I don't go to the meat. I go right to, oh, they have Beyond Meat. And
Right.
speaking of that, or these are my Guardian crumbles. If I'm making tacos, I get those because I know they'll season just like ground beef and much healthier. But the thing that I wanted to say was, if you eat out, like we don't eat a lot of takeout food anymore. We tend to cook at home because I like knowing what's going in the food. But sometimes you just want to like treat yourself. So, it was payday.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, yeah, we've been wanting those Beyond Burgers. I had to, get a lot of work done. And so it was like late, and we're like, okay, let's do Denny's. And they have the Beyond Burger. And we posted a picture of it. It was really good. I enjoyed it. You enjoyed it, Dawn?
I always do.
She had it before, and I didn't try it the last time. And she had so many onions on it, I couldn't even try it the last.
I am an onion fanatic.
Oh, let me read this real quick. Anita said she's having steamed broccoli and juice from beets, kale, carrots, and cilantro. Oh,
Okay. I
that
love
sounds good.
cilantro.
Yeah, she's making me hungry. All right, well, it's over. Everybody have a good night. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go eat. We're gonna go over Anita's and eat. Where do you live again? But so the cool thing is when you order out, though, the main moral of the story is we got everything was perfect. We got the Beyond Burger. It had no cheese on it this first night. We had French fries, and I looked up vegan um, Denny's fries, both seasoned and regular, vegan. The buns are vegan. Everything was great. No mayo. We put our own, or I put my own Hellman's vegan mayo on it, and it comes with like lettuce, pickles, and
Onion.
lettuce, tomato, pickles, and whatever. So you can just veganize your meal, but they have the build your own burger with the Beyond Burger. So the second night that we ever got this, we got it. And it was right again because now I'm in Denny's Rewards, so I had a coupon. So of course we had to do it one more time. Well, the last time we ordered it, there was a major issue. Apparently, I called this one in. The girl did not understand that I meant I wanted regular fries and thought I wanted a regular burger. So I ended up getting an actual
Wah,
meat
wah,
burger
wah.
and ruined my dinner because I'm like, oh, this is so gross. It's like when you don't eat meat for so long, even though I wanted that taste, I've actually gotten into the taste of the Beyond Burger. So the actual meat was like throwing me way off, like probably somebody who eats meat all the time and would have taken a bite of a Beyond Burger. So, um, I've learned my lesson to always open stuff up and check, but I didn't this time. So that's totally on me. So we call and we're like, hey, this was a major mistake. I ordered two Beyond Burgers, but I don't know if when I said regular fries, she thought I meant regular burger, whatever. They said, oh yeah, I remember you. You should have gotten two Beyond Burgers. We're gonna give you a free meal. So we go get these free burgers last night, and we get home and there's cheese on them. I'm like, oh my goodness, like they're just trying to like, I can I just
Ah, it's
so
crazy.
tonight I ordered groceries and ordered Beyond Burgers myself. Um,
We are
I'm
going
gonna
to
do
cook
my
them.
own cooking tonight. I got
You
my own
messed up,
fries,
Denny's. We're doing our own tonight.
my own buns. So like we'll be doing our own mock Denny's order tonight. But you know, I that same night that they gave me the wrong stuff, I went in and I had I mixed up like pinto beans, corn, carrots, cabbage, all kinds of vegetables with rice, and it was so good. And I'm like, why did I veer away from you? I should have just cooked my food instead of trying to order out. But hey, you gotta, you know what I mean? They're comfort food, so sometimes you just want what you want.
Gotta
So
treat yourself.
exactly. And then, what was I gonna say? What else did we recently order out? Was there something else? Oh, and then, by the way, Oreo cookies are vegan. I know I've mentioned this before. Um, but we also found we were like in the mood for ice cream, and we like the Ben and Jerry's fudge brownie, which we had last night. I found that
So
Breyers
good.
actually makes a cookies and cream non-dairy ice cream. But that's all the flavor I could find. Maybe they have other ones. If somebody knows, let me know. But they have cookies and cream, so I ordered that. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll have an update. I'm just doing like the junk food night because instead of talking about all the plant based stuff, I'm like, hey, it's Halloween. People are eating candy. Let's just
Trick
talk
or
about
treat,
junk.
baby. Trick or treat. It's an occasion. I love the fact that you looked into vegan candies since it is trick or treat night. You know what? I think Jolly Ranchers are vegan too. The
They
hard
are.
candy? Cool.
Real quick before we go into the candy, just really quick, the pumpkin thing that I looked up, it just came up on my phone.
Okay.
Um, it boosts your immune system, protects your eyesight, lowers your risk of certain cancers, promote heart and skin health. Um, I've got another one here that says highly nutritious, rich in vitamin A.
Wow.
It's also relatively low in calories, of course, like all vegetables. It's high in beta carotene, which so are carrots, which is again that vitamin A. Pumpkin seeds are edible, nutritious, and linked to numerous health benefits. It'll reduce your risk of chronic diseases. Free radicals are molecules produced by your body's metabolic process. Though highly unstable, they have useful roles such as destroying harmful bacteria. However, excessive free radicals create a state called oxidative stress, which has been linked to chronic illness, including heart disease. Pumpkins contain antioxidants such as alpha carotene, beta carotene, and you probably know how to pronounce this cryptoxanthin or something, and they can neutralize the free radicals. So, not just pumpkin, but like every kind of, you know, vegetable, and mostly like a lot of raw vegetables sometimes have more, but sometimes like tomatoes, you can bring out some of the nutrients by even eating them like pureed, like ketchup. But every single vegetable can do something for your body. So like the more you can put in to your body, the better chance you have of keeping yourself not to get sick and preventing disease. Now over to Candy.
I was just looking at some of the benefits of vitamin A while you were saying that. And yeah, vitamin A is important for growth, it's important for eyesight,
Hair.
hair, yeah, immune improve immune, health. That's a lot. Eyesight especially though. And you know, if you have too much of it, you'll get like things like headaches and liver damage. You can overdo it too. But vitamin A is, a good source of it is orange fruits and vegetables. So pumpkin, being a pumpkin holiday that it is, um, because we talk about pumpkin a lot. People make pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving, but most importantly on Halloween, the jack o' lantern. So people associate pumpkins a lot with Halloween. So, yeah, good day to talk about how for vegans, pumpkin is a very good source of vitamin A for you. And if you have vision issues, which I do, I'm not really into pumpkin, but I
You
mean,
know,
I'm
carrots
sure.
have the same,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
love carrots.
pretty much like I don't know if that's why it's named that, but carotene
Yeah.
that provides
I think
your
that is where they get that from.
body with the necessary vitamin A. An analysis of 22 studies in this Healthline article, studies discovered that people with higher intakes of beta carotene had a significantly lower risk of cataracts, a common cause
Nice.
of blindness. Pumpkin is also one of the best sources of lutein and zeaxanthin, two compounds to lower risk of age-related macular degeneration. Interesting. And
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of stuff has vitamin A. Also, like cantaloupe is one that I
You've been eating that a lot lately. You kind of came off of it a little bit, but you
that's
were
because
you
I
were
couldn't
on
find
that.
a good one.
Mm.
They were like getting just they weren't very fresh,
Maybe they're out of season now, is what it is.
probably. And that's why the pumpkin and the banana couldn't get married because they cantaloupe.
Stop it! You're killing me.
That's what the ghost's favorite kind of dessert is. Ice cream. Oh, sorry, Halloween. Potassium, vitamin C, and fiber also are in pumpkins, and it contains compounds that promote healthy skin. You know, when I'm eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, I note like a difference in my skin. It's like a glowing, like
Hmm.
people spend all this money on these skincare
Makeups
products.
and things. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't
Just
have
eat
the
some
best skin.
fruit.
Yeah, it's like fruits really do, and some people might be like, I would never want to eat a lot of fruit in my salad. And I thought about it one day and I'm like, cucumbers, tomatoes, um, those avocados, tomato and cucumbers seem to be the two biggest ones that people don't realize are
Fruit.
fruit, but anything with seeds are fruits. So that always freaked me out because I used to say I could never eat fruit in my like regular salad. But
And you're doing it all along. Tomato and cucumber are like fruit, so it's like not a lot of people recognize that.
and we're coming into like where a lot of people it's flu season, we're coming in the holidays, you're going to be like possibly around a lot of people. um, Antioxidants are one of the biggest things that are found in vegetables, and then moringa powder we always talk about that we take in the morning. But like if
Breakfast
you
of champions.
eat a lot of vegetables, you are giving your immune system the best chance, and not clouding it with other stuff that's lowering your immune system, like, dairy and things like that that create mucus. If you eat cabbage, like, that is one of the best things, cabbage, and drink lemon and ginger water. I'm telling you, like, since I've been taking moringa and drinking that, even when we start to feel like we might be getting something, it the immune system just goes into overdrive and just kicks it out. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, obviously, you don't want to go around excessive a lot of people if you're in a really crowded place. Wear your mask still and sanitize your hands and groceries. I'm not saying that the vegetable can, like, not get you the germ, but if you have the best chance of fighting it when you put good stuff in your body.
I always say this, but Jen and I we've been drinking 2 teaspoons of moringa powder in a bottle of water. We call it the Breakfast of Champions. We have had that every morning for the past 5 years. Since, 2017, we've been drinking that. And I'm telling you, there's no, like, we have not been sick, and I'm talking flat out flu, cold, sneeze, sniffle, none of it. And even when there are times when, like last week, I thought something might be trying to creep up on me. Remember that?
Mhm.
And I just kept the faith mentally in the fact that I know that my immune system is ironclad. I've been drinking moringa. It's no accident. There's no way, because I was a person who would get the flu regularly, at least once a season, you know what I mean? Or at least a cold. And to not have it in 5 years, just coincidentally the same amount of time I've been drinking moringa, to me that doesn't seem like an accident. So I make sure that I drink it every morning. I know you do the same thing. But last week it seemed like I was trying to come down with something. I'm like, uh-oh, something's trying to get in there anyway. But yet I had a couple of off day. I would say off, not necessarily bad. I didn't start sneezing and sniffling. I just felt a little off. And it could have been because I ate some of the junk food that I, in retrospect, realized that had some dairy in it. So I think that's what had me feeling off. But either way, yeah, whatever I was gone, and after a couple days, gone. And that's because of all the good stuff that has been consistently put in my body over the past few years. It outweighed the bad, and it
Exactly.
pulled me right out of it.
That's the thing too, that we were talking about is don't, give up on yourself. If something happens, and you're trying to make this change, it's like
Hmm.
it's all a journey. So, like, if you put in more good days than bad days, or not even bad, but if you do well with your diet and you eat all good stuff mostly, yeah, it's not French fries and a Beyond Burger is not necessarily the healthiest thing, but I will say it's much healthier than putting meat in your body that could be causing insulin resistance and high
Absolutely.
cholesterol. The great thing about the plant-based butters and the plant-based milk, it's if you're going to eat processed food, it has no cholesterol. Only meat has cholesterol in it. So if you're trying to get rid of high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes, that high fat meat based diet is causing that.
Right.
So,
And things like butter and stuff like that, the meat byproducts have the cholesterol. Eggs, all of
mhm.
that is are high sources of cholesterol. And they do have viable substitutes.
if
Just
you
egg is awesome.
mhm, if you have the ability to find something that works just as well and is healthy for you, why wouldn't you do it? And it I don't like to make like I don't like to think that people feel they're not empowered to return themselves to health when that
Hmm.
this information is out there, and you are not doomed to your situation because of your family history or anything. You are more in control than you think of your health. And I mean, it doesn't
Yes.
hurt that it's a bonus that you're saving an animal from torture too. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely.
We just next week I want to focus on I'm going to share the video of my top dairy replacements at the beginning, and we're going to I think focus on um yeah, I think we'll do this next week or the week after, but I definitely want to do that cuz I've got the top meat replacements coming out. But let's talk a little bit about the dairy industry. We'll keep this one kind of a little bit lighter because it's kind of a, there's I'm sure a lot of people are still having their Halloween festivities and things, and but
Hmm.
next week we should definitely talk about that because I was talking with you about it, and even some of the stuff I said you even seemed a little bit surprised about and had a revelation about. Wow, okay, that's right, cows just don't produce milk out of the blue. They have to actually have been pregnated,
Right.
so it's a whole thing with the dairy industry and about the somatic cells, which are pus in the milk. I would love to just have a whole stream just on, why if you're going to go all the way to giving up meat, you might as well give up dairy too.
Right. And you know, she can provide some of the whys, to why you want to do that, not only for you but for the animal.
You should always be wise to the wise.
I
Get
knew
it?
you were gonna take that and run with
Yes, I was like, I never
it.
thought of it like that before. I love it. I think it's like it's more most things that we do are more of a mental thing. And
Yeah.
I'm really proud. I know, Anita, if you're still listening, I remember the first week um, that you were talking about going more to a plant based diet, and I know she's come on a couple times on the page. Like yesterday, she was talking about buying. I had never even heard of a delicata or something like that. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Squash, but with her being more of a chef or a cook, it's
Hmm.
like she's coming up with all these like great plant based.
Great whole foods recipes.
Yes, I love it too.
Because too much processed is not good either. We're not trying to push you on to all processed plant-based food either, because too much process, that also is something that if it's processed, that's not always the best for you either. We're just suggesting, Beyond Burgers and things like that as a transitional food, something that can kind of wean you off of the meat that you're used to, the dairy products that you're used to. But in all things, you definitely want to try to get as many whole foods like fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables in your life as you possibly can. Definitely more of that, and then just use the plant-based cheat like a cheat food on the weekend.
Right. It's the same way now you would say, "Oh, I gotta eat healthier. I gotta cook food at home and not eat out." Like sometimes that's our cheat day. And I feel 100% more energy, more focused, and so much better when I actually am eating. For me, I like the 85% raw diet and
Hmm.
all whole food plant based. Like I feel so good, and that's the best thing that you can do. But
Yep.
I want everybody to know that those comfort foods that you're thinking, oh, that wouldn't be good. I have to have meat, or I'm not going to be able to have pizza night with my family, and that's a tradition. Don't worry, that all is out there. You can make that vegan too, and it's really good stuff. Like that's why we're like Dawn said, that's why we want to go over that because you're really you don't have to give up everything you've ever known. You can have alternatives when you want to have those nights where this might be a food that you've had traditionally for your entire life. We have spaghetti on Sundays, let's just say. Okay, you can still have that because there's plenty of spaghetti is pretty much vegan anyway, but you can get the meat-based meatballs that are really good, and or you can come up with ways to there's so many recipes online that you can even do it with whole food, you know, plant-based items. If you're really like into cooking, it could be like an experience for you to really get creative. I mean, if you think about it, when you look at meat, that meat does not taste good if you think about taking an animal and it's just a dead animal. I mean, think about how bland that would be.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing. Like people are like, "Oh, I don't want to eat that. It has no flavor." Well, what do you think a rotting corpse has? honestly. You were putting salt and
Great
pepper.
subject on Halloween. Let's eat a rotting corpse.
But literally, that's
But
what we're
that's what we
eating.
are. It's
You
flesh
know,
when you think about it. It's
I
you're
think
eating flesh.
Linda, from my, I don't know if she's on my Facebook group, but she's another advocate for a plant-based diet. She's actually, I think, works in the healthcare industry and tells patients, that eating a plant-based diet. And I think it was like she put something on Facebook the other day that was really cool. She said that the doc or the pharmacy sent over saying, have the patient take this with milk, and she refused to tell them that because she knows that that's taking them the other way by eating dairy. So,
Good
but
for
she
her.
put a post that had a picture of meat, like a steak, and it was all brown and gray, and then the one that's really red. Well, that's food coloring and other items. I forget what it is they put in it, but they make the meat look fresh. Because if you think about it, if you're killing a cow and the cow then has to be cut up and put into a store, into the little packaging, that's not going to be fresh. And so it's all marketing, and everything that you eat you pretty much have to season yourself anyway, so you might as well season up the beans and the beyond crumbles. And oh, you know what, that just reminded me, sorry to jump on a tangent, um
You're fine.
but Beyond has sirloin tip um replacement or whatever you want to call it, like a product now.
What?
It yes, brand new. I
What?
can't wait to try this.
Oh
It's only
my
like
God! You should
$6 and
not have
some
said that.
change, but we've been looking for some kind of like steak substitute like that, and it just wasn't happening. What Gardein came out with, those little beefless skulls. I thought I can make this taste like really rare steak, but Dawn was like, I'm not having it. That's not what I'm looking for.
We've tried it and it looks good on the packaging. I mean, it really looks like chunks of like beef, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we can throw together a faux beef stew with that, and you taste it, and it reminds me, it reminds me of cotton candy. You know how you can shove a ton of it in your mouth and then nothing's there?
But what I said is, if we really did it, like we tried to do it on the grill, like if we did it in a beef stew, I was like, Denny Moore beef stew, and I used to eat that, tasted like mush anyway.
Yeah, but this
Remember?
tastes like even more mush. I'm like, I just wanted to bite into it and feel some kind of substance like I do when I bite into a Beyond Burger. So to know
Yeah.
that a company who understands that, the texture has to be there if I'm going to buy into the fact that this is a meat replacement for me, that I'm going to actually be able to transition and use and eat. It needs to fake me out. It needs to make me feel like I'm eating a real burger, which it is a real burger, but I need to, if I'm gonna, how do you expect me not to, other than the fact that I don't want to, because for I'm on a different reason for it now. I don't want to hurt the animals, and I don't like what they do to animals in that industry. So that's one of that is was the main thing that converted me, because it damn sure wasn't for the taste. Even Gary Arofsky said that. I didn't stop eating meat because I didn't like the way meat tasted. I loved meat,
Yeah, and I
but
didn't stop eating dairy because I didn't like the way ice cream tasted, but I did realize that, you know,
yeah, I told you it was nothing for me to just drink a glass of milk out of nowhere, or if I had a piece of chocolate cake or something. And yeah, no, so I'm glad Beyond is doing that. I can't wait to taste it.
yes, I'm going to order it tomorrow so we can then come on and talk about it next Meatless Monday. And
Cool.
I'm going to read Anita's comment here. She said, I'm still here. I had a Mediterranean veggie sandwich with a small amount of chicken and wild rice soup for lunch today. Never would have had that sandwich before. That's awesome. I hope you liked it. That reminds me of Dawn, kind of like your spinach wrap. I also tried overnight oats, she said, from my juice spot. No, in capital, no. No cold oatmeal with a laughing face. Yeah, I'm not sure I could deal with cold oatmeal too. I think my mom and sister have that sometimes, and I'm like, wow, I don't.
I thought about the spinach wrap when Anita mentioned that she had cilantro in her meal because
Hmm.
that's what I put in a spinach wrap. Like Walmart has the bags of baby kale and baby spinach mixed together, and I always get that because kale is huge, for your diet. Kale is just as good as spinach, if not better. And so I always get and spinach is good as well. So I always get the kale and spinach mix. And I just
Oh,
put a bunch of that, put a handful of that in a nice wrap and throw some red onion in there, some tomato, some cilantro, and some alfalfa sprouts. Put a little balsamic vinaigrette on it, some salt and pink Himalayan sea salt and some pepper. Mwah! Mwah! That is so good.
oh, that sounds so good. And don't forget, like, oh, Rose said, welcome, Ro. She said she's seen the
Hey, Ro.
Beyond Beef tips in the store. So I just saw them for the first time today. I guess our Walmart started carrying them when I was browsing through to find those Beyond Burgers, and I wanted to try them, but then I'm like, wait, I've got like a certain amount of money I wanted to spend, and I'm like, okay, if I get that and then we don't like them, I'm gonna go with the burgers that I know because we were trying to make that Denny's meal. Um, and Anita said I have a recipe for avocado salsa that she's mastered. Oh wow, that sounds
Now,
good.
I've mastered Chipotle's guacamole. So I'm definitely interested in that because that taught me what to do with an avocado. I have Chipotle down. I can duplicate their guacamole to a T. So I'm definitely
Oh,
interested in
I've
that,
got their
Anita.
whole bowl, salad bowl down, brown rice, even all the way down to the chipotle honey chipotle vinaigrette with no honey. I can use original Sweet Baby Ray's sauce,
Hmm.
a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of barbecue sauce, and um
Balsamic vinaigrette.
balsamic vinaigrette. Thank you. I already said the barbecue sauce. So I was like, I couldn't think of the last thing. Yes, and stir that all up, and then make it to that. That to me does it because that's what was missing when I was doing the bowl. I realized you have to put the cilantro um in the meat, and like the fake meat. That's what I was missing for a while, and in the rice because it's cilantro lime white rice or
Right.
cilantro rice.
Oh, Anita, by the way, if you pick up a package of black salt and you can get it off of Amazon, Tabitha Brown uh, talks about black salt when she would put it in chickpeas, when she would mush them up and make a deviled egg. Well, avocado, when you smash it up, can also taste like smashed up egg yolk when you're making deviled egg. Throw a little black salt in there, tastes just like egg.
That
Black
is very.
salt makes things smell and taste just like egg. Throw a little black salt in just a little bit because it's extremely salty. So
She
you
said
don't
she
want
has black salt. That's great. You
to.
can
Okay,
drizzle this
yeah.
salsa on a
Throw some
shoe,
black
and it will
salt
be
in
amazing.
there. It'll taste just like deviled egg. Get yourself to pickle some mushroom caps or just boil them. Throw it in some. Yeah, you'll have vegan deviled eggs.
Hey, Janetta, welcome.
Hey, Janetta.
Would everybody just get off at work? I can't say the name of the. Um, I have okay. So she said earlier too. Here's the recipe for that salsa, really quick. I will say it out loud in case you can't see the comments. I can barely see them
I
here,
can
but I
enlarge
found
it
them.
on my phone.
Where is it at? Here it was. Extra. Oh, avocado, jalapeno, cilantro, extra virgin olive oil, and white vinegar. Oh, that sounds so good.
Wait
Because
a
I'm
minute.
always looking.
Jalapeno, cilantro. That's
Yep,
funny because chipotle
that's pretty much
guacamole, yeah, it's the jalapeno, it's the cilantro, red
avocado.
right. Well, obviously, yeah. You got your avocado, you got red onion, you've got cilantro, and you've got lime. A half a lime. It's three avocados, a half of a lime. It's like some chopped up jalapeno, like a half of a chopped up jalapeno, and a handful of cilantro chopped up, and it tastes so good. And some salt.
It just
Tastes
every time she makmakes that, it makes me want
amazing.
margaritas. That's all it smells like in the kitchen to me. It smells like I'm behind the bar.
It
Well, that's
is
just
so
me.
good.
I've got issues.
I looked it up on YouTube. I'm like, I want Chipotle's guacamole, and I don't want to pay $10 for a container that's going to last me like 2 minutes. And for that same money, I can go buy the avocados, the cilantro, the lime, the jalapenos, and make a whole week's worth for the same money that it cost me to buy one small container of it.
Oh, wow. Did I that's what's getting ready to happen. If Walmart doesn't get on the way with this order, I'm about to cancel it though and just let Denny's make my burger because it is so much cheaper to make stuff yourself. Like you said, like I've watched you make that guacamole and have it for like days at a time and
Hmm.
it's so good too. Like I mean, this girl like the fact that you can take those recipes and actually make them the chickpea salad, the deviled eggs, like everything you've tried and the chipotle guacamole, you've been able to totally replicate.
I try. What can I say?
Welcome, Janetta. And we have a new visitor tonight. Janetta always kind of, well, she came on one night and spoke with us. I remember, and I remember saying this last week. I don't know if you were here, but I was so proud of her. She told me that she ordered the Impossible Burger from Burger King instead of the
Cool.
regular or Whopper, I guess it is. And Ariella, I wanted to welcome you.
Hi, Ariella.
Ariella just started with us at work not that long ago. She's doing awesome, but she's also let me know in conversation that she is a natural food enthusiast, like very into natural and holistic healing and plant based, mostly plant based. And she was a nurse, which I love that I get that perspective because sometimes it's um, in the healthcare profession, it's very difficult to to promote that sometimes because that's not what's taught.
I'm all about the holistic healing. So I'm so
Ariella
glad
and
you can
Anita
learn.
know each other. I know that.
What's that?
I said Ariella and Anita know each other.
Yeah. But yeah, the holistic healing is where it's at. I believe well, the human body was built to heal itself. It knows innately how to heal. And all you have to do when you give your body a fighting chance by feeding it plant-based, what we were originally meant to eat, and drinking a lot of water. And it's so funny too because I was looking
Water
at
is so important.
yeah, I was looking at TikTok today, and it was a joke. I mean, it's kind of crass, but the girl's like, "Do you know if you get plenty of sleep and exercise and eat healthy and drink a bunch of water that you're still gonna die?" And it's like, die.
But you're gonna
You
feel a heck of a lot better while you're here
That's
and
what a
live
lot of
longer.
people were saying in the comments. It's like, yeah, it's not about immortality, it's about the quality of life while you're here. So, since we got to be here, we might as well feel good. So that's what this is about. It's not about living forever. It's about having a good not quantity, it's quality. So, and you're going to get quantity anyway. You are going to live longer if you do the right things for your body, but you're going to live longer, but you're going to be like Cher. You're going to be a 76-year-old who still looks fabulous, who still can do some of the things that she did when she was 30 and 40 years old?
Right. It's like quality of life. A lot of people work their entire life and then retire later on and but yet in those years where they're supposed to be enjoying their life
They're
um
fighting chronic illnesses and they can't
and
walk and their
taking
knees are
medication and
hurting.
spending every day in the hospital, the doctor's
Right.
office, and complaining about all these ailments. But I mean, there are people who are in their mid 30s right now who are suffering from arthritis,
Hmm.
eczema, chronic illnesses that they don't have to be, because
Yeah.
we don't realize the power of what's in the food we're eating. We think of it as two separate entities. Like, I have this because I have this, and then I eat this Sure, I want to get healthy to like you don't just have to eat better to lose weight. It's so much more than that. Like I always tell this story and I usually go into it on Meatless Monday, but the reason I'm so passionate is cuz literally I suffered since I was probably about I can remember being in school, so probably about 5 or 7 years old, sitting in the back with a thing of Dimetap. Like, no wonder I'm a drinker now. No, just kidding. But, I literally had terrible colds and respiratory issues and allergies 2 times a year, and it would give me a bad cold, and I would always like there was a joke that I just needed one of those, hats with the little roll of toilet paper, that would just like how people post, put the hat on. I think I've seen it on Facebook, and I just
Yeah.
constantly needed a tissue like my entire life during these allergy seasons. And when that went away and my back pain that I had had went away, I'm like, wait a second, there's something to this because I wouldn't have believed it either. I would have, I said this before, I thought vegans were people from another planet. Like, I didn't
Planet Vegan.
I was like, "Why are you taking that so seriously? Like, who cares? It's not about what you eat. That can't change anything." But I found by doing it, and like, why not give it 30 days if you're suffering from something? You can do it for that little bit of time. And if you feel those health changes happen, it'll really make you realize that you had no idea what you were putting in your body was causing a lot of the health issues that you have, and you don't have to take the medications you're on. So,
Absolutely.
um, Ariella said, oh, wait, let me go back. I've got a lot of comments here to catch up on. Oh, so Anita said, I just posted the avocado salsa recipe, but play with the portions. I used red onions instead of white. And then Rose said, I was at a work event for Joe this weekend and nothing was vegetarian or vegan. Everything was meat, cheese, or slathered in butter. That's a shame.
Oh,
And that's what we were saying about eating out. It's so difficult because I have like two options at most restaurants I can have. I hope that changes as we continue to buy more products. Like, whoever thought Denny's would have a meatless burger, though? Like, I didn't.
right, right. Now, I mean, that puts Denny's back on the map for us when we want to go out and just have a quick, quick lunch or dinner if we're out traveling or whatever, and we run into a Denny's. They've got something that we can eat besides a salad.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. You can have a lot more than just a salad. I ate salads for 6 months, but I'm a little half crazy. I said how I get in a habit. But,
I
most
love
people
salads, though.
will be more creative with meals and find I do too. But it's like most people need something different,
Need
and
a
that's what
variety.
hopefully these restaurants will catch on and give us more options. Um, Rose said I ate the caprese salad and steamed carrots. It was horrible. I felt like I was in a fat camp. We miss you, Ro. That was funny. I could always hear her saying that. And then Ariella said fruit water is better, such as coconut water, juicing with your apple juices, watermelon, cucumber water. Oh, sorry, coconut, she said. Oh my
I keep
gosh,
hearing about
yeah.
the cucumber water. I've been wanting to try that.
That's so good. Like I
Remember Andy Lynn was making it?
yes. Apparently like coconut water and juicing. That's something I really want to get into. I heard celery juice is so good for you. It almost like breaks down those minerals. Oh, Rose said I live for cucumber water. Well, we need to get on this, Don. We are
Yeah, I
missing
need to
out.
try that because it seems something that would be like really refreshing.
Ariella said, here are some other ideas: apple water, strawberry lemon infused water, cucumber water with mint basil, berry infused water, pineapple infused water, orange blueberry infused water. Oh, that sounds so good.
Strawberry lemonade is one of my favorite things.
Yes. And we have every morning, Dawn whips us up a lemon and ginger water, and it is so good. Like to me, because I don't drink any sweet drinks now, I can't. Almost if I take a drink every now and then, she'll get a lemonade. Or remember that slushy drink you got that one night? I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
literally tasted so sweet. Like people say that when they drink diet soda, which don't drink diet sodas. If you do, you might want to stop. I read a lot of bad stuff about what they use to make it diet. You might as well just have a regular one, but that's a whole nother stream. Um, but the like that tasted so sweet. It almost made me like I couldn't even drink it. But the lemon and ginger water now to me tastes like lemonade.
Yeah, that's and talk about immune system. This is
Yes,
I made sure during the little issues I was having last week that I made sure I had a bottle of that every single day. And it's just, you get some fresh ginger, you skin it, cut it up into little chunks,
like
just
little
like a handful
slithers.
of, yep, a little handful of chunks, little square cubes or slithers, however you want to do it, and a couple of lemon wedges, and stick that down in a bottle of water. We put everything in. We drink so much water. That's all we drink is water. And if we, are having a powder, then it's going in that water. So
If you're
I'll
getting
put,
headaches and stuff, you might need to drink more water. That's what people
yeah,
don't realize.
but yep, throw a couple of lemon wedges and these little cubes of ginger in there and just drink one of those and let it sit for a couple hours. Let it get infused. Let it sit
Yeah.
for a couple hours and then drink it towards the end or have it with your dinner. And and don't be afraid to eat the ginger. I mean, it's
And
it's good
it
for
will
you. It's
lower your
hot,
blood
but
pressure though, so if you are on blood pressure medications, don't eat too much ginger too.
right.
But it will do wonders for you. I mean,
Yeah, just drink the water if you don't really want to eat the lemon or the ginger. I love lemon, so I eat the lemon and ginger out of it when I'm done with it. But yeah, if you just let the water marinate for a couple hours and drink the water, you're talking about something that will fight off colds and keep like if you have an infection, like in your tooth, you got a toothache or something like that, drink that for a few days and let your body clean itself from the inside out, and you'll start to see that infection subside.
that is great advice. And then that the
That worked
ginger,
on Jen before.
it did. I put the ginger like right on my tooth. Actually, Anita, you probably remember I could barely talk. I forget whose class it was if anybody's here from that. But I was going
I
through it with
was
my
so
tooth.
worried about you. I'm like, you
I
know what?
rarely get down where I can't, function. I still function through the day, but it was like I had to keep stopping and laying down. It was like constant pain. And what did you make me? A Was it the lemon and
I
ginger?
I made you a ginger lemonade, which it was I had taken some ginger, I had cut up some fresh ginger and basically put some water in a NutriBullet as well as some lemon wedge, and basically chopped all of that up in a NutriBullet with some water and gave you like shots of it. I had
Never
some
took an
shot
antibiotic
glasses.
or anything. That actually
Yeah.
took it away after a while. And putting ginger right on your tooth can help too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was like I didn't want to drink it. I didn't want anything to touch my mouth, but it was like I knew if I could get that down.
And
Um,
after a couple of days of drinking that, she started getting back to her old self. I was so proud.
Definitely. And then um yeah, ginger. Oh, Ariella said, "Oh my goodness, ginger is really good for you." Or drink ginger water. I have a recipe. That also happened. If you're getting ready, like if you feel a cold coming on, drinking that lemon and ginger water. That's like the same time last week. That's why I think something was coming on with both of us because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm feeling a little like I went out and I felt like my throat felt a little weird, and I'm like, I didn't wear my mask in Walmart. I went to get vitamin. I went to the vitamin aisle and the cashier sneezed, and I was like, the one time I didn't run back to the car and get my mask, I felt like I was trapped. I could see this one MythBusters I watched a long time ago where you could see all the particles coming out. Hey, Kim Turner, welcome.
Hi, Kim.
Kim KT in the house, as I say in I like
But
saying
yeah, and the cool thing, Jen, is that we drink that every day anyway, even when nothing's going on. So the fact that we've got that kind of in our system already, our
Mhm.
immune system is extremely strong.
Exactly. Like that and it's once you get it going, and you get
Hmm.
all that good stuff in there, it's like giving it a fighting chance. It's like, like it's like putting yourself in
Your
a
body
gym.
uses it.
All this good stuff you're putting in your system, all the vegetables like lifting weights, and then all of a sudden you have to move something out of the way or something and you'll be able to lift it because you've been lifting weights. It's like when the cold or the flu or whatever tries to come on or the infection, your body's like, "Ah, I got this," and then you put that extra kick in. Like if you just start drinking it each day, you're preventing it from coming on. Like
Exactly. And it doesn't take as long to get rid of it if something does try to creep in, like with me last week, because I've been drinking it all along. I didn't just wait until I started feeling weird to drink this. It's something I drink every day anyway, like the moringa. So if something was to try to get in, which I have no doubt in my mind that we have been exposed to COVID by now. And
we
who
have
knows? That could have been it.
the lady
That
was
could
in
have
our
been it.
house, remember?
Yeah. Two
Mom's
ladies left
friend.
our house last year, and we found out 2 days later that both of them were diagnosed with COVID. And Jen and I, were obviously around them. We were not infected at all. And if we felt under the weather, we got rid of it really quickly, you know? And yeah, that's incredible.
And it's like I think making sure that you arm yourself with those type of foods is so important. Like, and it's like, even if you're still in the beginning of your journey and you can't completely change everything, just start adding more vegetables in. Drink the lemon and ginger water, and try something. Even if you do it on Mondays, just try one thing a week, or maybe this
One
week
step at a
go
time.
out.
That's what I did
I'm
last
gonna
week.
put a
One step at a
challenge.
time.
Go buy that Hellman's vegan mayo and use that on your sandwich and see if you like it. You know, try one meal, replace the meat that you make. Like if you're getting ready to make spaghetti and meatballs, get those Gardein meatballs and put those in it and just try it. Or do a taco with the Gardein crumbles instead of the meat.
And they
Like
got the veggie noodles, the veggie spaghetti that tastes like regular spaghetti.
oh, that's so good. Um, so elderberry is good, and also Ariella said is also and also using essential oils. Peppermint oil is good for headaches. Rub it across your forehead. I would love to hear a discussion about essential oils and other herbs. Okay, that sounds good. We
We'll work
definitely
on
I
that.
could use some more knowledge on that. I mean, like I remember Ariella said you use moringa and she was like right away knew what it was. So I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, we're on the same page. And she said, I'm sure you all have. I'm new, so I probably missed it. We actually haven't talked about that because this is only like the fifth Meatless Monday we've done. The entire world has been exposed to COVID through chemtrails. Okay, Don, I'm gonna let you go ahead. You know who that reminds me of.
Prince.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Uh,
Um,
Dawn is like the biggest Prince fan that there ever was. So she has shown me some videos on him speaking about chemtrails as well. So that's an
you
interesting
know,
topic.
it's so weird because people think that he was murdered because of some of his statements that he made about that. But it's like, that's a whole nother discussion on a whole nother day. But yeah, chemtrails, I can't stand them. I'll see them in the sky, and they start to cover up, the sun and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, there they are. And I immediately go in the house. I stay in the house a lot when I see them because I don't want to be breathing in that air, you know.
I need to
Um,
learn a little bit more about what those are, but I do know that, like we were talking about, even if there is chemtrails, if we're putting good stuff in, we're giving ourselves at least some type of fighting chance
exactly.
to fight against them. But I definitely would like to learn more about that too.
Arm your bodies.
Yes,
They
because
will
we're
take
we're
care of you.
fighting it from the within by doing that.
They will take care of you if you give them what they need. The
I mean,
human body is a miracle.
exactly. It was like built, and you always say this, Don, and it was built to heal itself. If you think about that, you just have to give it the right stuff. Like if you take a car and like think about what kind of gas the car takes. You're going to put diesel gas in a regular car. The car is going to start and it's going to stop running. And over time, putting something that's not meant for you in your body is what's going to happen. Like we were built like the same digestive system
We
as
are a machine. For
those
all
who
intents
eat
and purposes,
plants.
we are a machine. It's moving parts that all work in conjunction with each other. That's a definition of a machine. We're not
Every
robots, but we're like a machine. So you
Yeah,
got to treat it like such. It needs oil, it needs the lubricants like water to make it run smoothly. It needs clean gas. That's what water is.
and I tell this all the time, but if you or someone if you or a loved one, I feel like that commercial, if you or a loved one is suffering from one of the biggest things that people are on medication for, type 2 diabetes, I'll share this on the Vegan Knowledge Group page too. But I watched the episode of The Doctors, um, and he explained it so well. This guy, Dr. Robbie, on there, which I'm proud of them for having something that promoted a plant based diet on there. But they basically were like, and then I put a video together where Dr. Neil Barnard explains this too, and a couple other plant based doctors. But when you eat a diet that's like high in fat, which is meat and dairy, the it's going into the cells that were meant for sugars. So, like when you're young and you're able to eat a banana or a cookie or whatever you want, your sugars are like, oh, okay, these go into these cells, right? So you're able to keep your blood sugar levels at a normal rate because it knows where to go. Over time, over like 20 years, when you're eating a high fat meat and animal based diet, those fats are getting into those cells where the sugars are supposed to go. So it's literally shutting them off. So when you now eat some bread or a cookie or a potato or something that has sugar in it, the sugar's like, wait, I can't get in here. So it starts backing up in the bloodstream. So now we're looking at the wrong person. Like, you ever seen two kids fighting and you only see the kid that like hits back, but you didn't see the first kid that was
Right.
picking on him? It's like now the sugars have nowhere to go, so the sugar is now backing up in the bloodstream, and that's insulin resistance. It can't get in where it's supposed to, so it's backing up. So now you need a medication that they're putting in your blood to reduce the sugar. But if you were to stop eating all the meat and dairy products and eat plant-based diet, those those will clear out. So the drain will clear out, and then when you do eat sugar, you will be able to now, in moderation, eat donut if you want it. You can eat a piece of bread, and you don't have to eat like no carbs at all. And it's just going to be back to the way that you naturally absorb sugars into your body, and it won't back up. So that's why we say, if you're on medication, make sure that you let your doctor know that you're doing plant based, because if they're giving you a medication to lower your sugar and you clear those drains and now your
They're going to
sugar
need to lower
where
that
you're supposed to,
dosage
you're gonna end up. And so many people in the
or come
groups
off of it
that I'm on
altogether.
have gotten completely off their medications, completely off of it. And it's just, when I hear that somebody that's been struggling for 20 years, having to maybe even give themselves insulin in their body, a shot, and they're off of it, or high blood pressure medications that give them side effects. That's what happens with a lot of medication. It isn't the medication. It's
Right.
just then you get this other issue. You've heard the commercials at the end. I'm like,
Yep.
it's let's see, we got some more comments. Ariella said, yes, that's good, the Hellman's vegan mayo. But get the one in the squeeze bottle. This one has sunflower oil. Don't get the one in the jar. It has canola oil. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. Because I know
Oh, okay.
Country Crock makes plant butter, or, like plant based butter, and they have it with avocado oil. They have olive oil. So low oil.
Avocado oil is actually good to cook with. I replaced um the like Mazola corn oil and stuff like that. I replaced it with avocado oil and I don't notice a difference.
What about grapeseed oil? Who knows about that? Someone was telling me
That's
how
good for
great
you
that was.
too. That's good for you too.
Ariella said if you go to the doctor and they prescribe a prescription, look for the all natural alternative. The meds will add other issues that you didn't even have previously. And this has come from Nurse Ariella, not just JJ and Dawn. We're
Mhm.
maybe not we weren't trained in the medical profession, but I'm glad that she said this because she comes from that
Yeah,
industry. There's always a natural alternative to everything. Like if you look up anything you're about to eat, you can look up health benefits of such and such. YouTube is so powerful. Just look up or Google natural alternatives to blah 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 and you'll find it.
that's what
I
you
always
did when you had back issues a while back.
yes.
I'm not gonna mention the herbal supplement, but it begins with a K. Those of you may be familiar with it. So it's not something that the FDA, recommends, but although they should, but it was an herbal supplement that Jen opted to take instead of Percocets. And it has brought her through so many of her back issues. Not to mention the vegan diet just kind of kicked it in the butt and just got rid of it altogether. But before she went on the vegan diet, she used this herbal supplement and it got rid of her back pain. So
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely believe in herbal replacements. I don't take medicines anyway, but I also take this herbal supplement, and later in life I started developing allergies I didn't realize that I had, like, to pollen and things like that. I drink some of this every day as well. I don't have those allergies anymore.
I'll send it to you, Kim. I'll put a link
Send
in.
it to Ro too, because Ro has allergies.
Okay. I'll send it out. They're like Ariella's got the right answer. I'll let her tell
Did she
everybody.
write it?
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. But they're like, it's a little bit funny because we read, and I read this, that people paid for, the government, FDA paid for articles to be written that this is bad for you, and they made up false accounts of people that may have had issues from it because it was getting so many people um off of their drugs that they were on, basically. Yes,
Yeah.
I did. I told you about it. Ariella was in the room too, and I remember coming off and I told Dawn, I'm like, "Oh wow, I finally met someone else who knows about that supplement or that leaf." Like moringa and that, like there's so many things that are alternatives to medication that
Mhm.
we just don't, you know what I mean? Like we don't look into because that's not what we're taught to do because that's not what our insurance company pays for in a lot of
Right.
situations. That's the medical industry. While it's so, um, I think it's such a noble profession and it's such great that help that they give people who are in a situation. Obviously, we need it to save our lives in a lot of situations, but the prevention part of it has it's diminished because it's a business sometimes. Like if I'm one of these pharmaceutical companies, I don't know necessarily that I want everybody to eat plant-based and not need my medication. So I feel
Right.
like there has to be a shift where we're okay with, you know, with preventing things and another way of people making money. Um,
Yeah. And we're small potatoes. We're never going to get everybody to come. There are going to be some people who, no matter what, they're going to buy into what the doctor's telling them and take those medications, and that's all they know, and that's fine. I'm not judging, but there is an alternative. You know
I
what I
was
mean?
that person, you know. I
Yeah.
thought that I was I would have thought somebody I would have heard this honestly like 15 years ago and been like, "Okay, whatever, yeah." But now that's why I want to tell it like from my perspective, from my story because for 42 years I thought a certain way and then because I
Right.
had the open mind to try something, I end up being in a completely different situation and luckily I hadn't gone way in down the route. I never took medication for my blood pressure, but I was told I had high blood pressure by the dentist, and they wouldn't give me the medication like the Novocaine that they normally give people because it was so high, like higher than just somebody nervous about the dentist. And I was overweight, and I just, you know what I mean? That wasn't really the motivation. The motivation was, hey, I think I'll give this a try from this documentary. I think I'll try to, do plant based for a day. And then it was 3 days, and then it was a week, and then it was a month.
And then it was 6 months.
Yeah. And now it's like coming up, April will be 4 years. And I have not been sick. Like, have you ever met two people? This is like Dawn and myself. We have not been sick, not like I haven't had heartburn, I haven't had a cold, I have not had any ailments, upset stomach even, other than that one time I overdosed on oatmeal for 4 years, and that says something right there what it does for your immune system. And that could be the moringa, it could be the vegetables, it could be
It's a
all in one,
combination.
it could be the no dairy.
It's a
Because
combination, definitely.
I don't wake up. You guys wake up with like phlegm or anything. Like I don't wake up with that anymore. I used to wake up very stuffy almost every day, especially this
Hmm.
time of year. It's just it's like our bodies are like, oh, thank you. This is what I've been craving. Now you're giving me what I really need. You
I
know.
realized since I stopped eating the mucus that I don't have that
A
anymore.
mucus?
I
You mean the
call pizza I call pizza mucus now.
dairy? I was like, what do you mean you've been eating the mucus? No wonder you.
Mucus pie.
It's so gross when you think about Dr. Milton Mills said, I just listened to the dairy video and he's like, milk is a liquid secretion from a cow that was meant for a baby cow to drink. Liquid secretion.
Mhm.
Um, and then Rose said, I have about, oh, Kim said, my medical journey has not been great, so I knew I needed a change. Well, thank you, Kim, for having the open mind and listen to me ramble all the time. I come in to help with something at work and then I plant little seeds of plant based seeds. I have bad allergies, Rose said, and gotta love lobbyist money from Big Pharma. Yeah, I went down the aisle one time at the grocery
Right.
store. Remember that video I took? And
Yep.
just, I mean, it's Zantac and Claritin, all kinds of stuff. Just it maintains you. It's like, okay, I have allergies, so I need this. It's not getting rid of it. And that's what's cool about when you stopped eating dairy, like you noticed the difference and you were like, you know what? I think you're right. You saw it for yourself, so that motivated you to
I
keep
don't
on.
have any of that phlegm that I used to wake up in my chest anymore, ever. Like none of that. Since I've stopped eating pizza on a regular basis and don't eat it at all now.
Yes. I don't remember if I read this yet. Gotta love lobbyist money from Big Pharma, Rose said.
Right.
And Ariella said, and then like watch where like I was coming from because sometimes you could look up health benefits of a plant-based diet and you're going to see another article, and then if you look up where it came from, it might have came from the egg industry saying that you need to have eggs. I mean, there's no
Right.
reason why you should have to have something out of a chicken's, what, that was supposed to hatch a chicken. That is not meant for us to eat at all. Ariella said, not that the doctors and hospitals falsify your diagnosis for insurance purposes. They will diagnose you with something that is not true to keep you coming back. It's all about the money. I've never had any childhood disease like chickenpox, etc. I've also never had the flu, pneumonia. I'm so blessed. And how long have you been? Oh, and we're not supposed to drink milk after the age of 1, and that milk should be mom's milk. We are not supposed to drink milk. Thank you, Ariella. Um, exactly. Like that, the milk of a cow was meant for that baby cow. Our mother's milk is not meant for us after age 1. That's why we don't have to continue to like. We're not still like, hey mom, can you send me some milk? You know, at 20 years old and stuff. We might say, can you send me some money? But we're not asking for milk. But how long have you been plant-based, Ariella? And is that something you said you never had like chicken pox and stuff? Have you been did your parents like raise you that way? Or like how long have you been on that journey? Cuz I didn't start this till 42. So I think that's pretty cool when I think that's a lot of the reason why we talk about the comfort foods and stuff because you know, we can't we can't just expect people to I think that's one of the biggest things. How do I get from point A to point B? What am I going to do? What do I eat?
Right.
Oh, she said no, they ate all the bad stuff but not me. I started a few years ago. Okay, that's great. I always forget everybody's a lot younger than me. I'm thinking everybody is my age. I'm like they may
Everybody
still be
is.
on this journey, right?
It's just a number.
I know. I still feel like I literally, since I went plant based, feel like I'm in high school, like physically, like what I could do. I'll like run up the steps and, you know,
Biologically, your body is much younger than your chronological age is. That's what I said the other week. My body is probably in my 30s as opposed to being in my 50s because of what I do.
yeah, I think that we're both sort of young at heart, like too mentally, but we're mature and wise, but like also we have an open mind. Like a lot of people, when they get to an older age, don't open up to like say, oh, there might be a different way of doing things. Rose said there's a documentary about the food pyramid and how the different lobbying groups messed with it. Has anybody ever heard of the and this might be interesting for Ro and Ariella, the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, PRMC? There's a website that you can go to, and like Dr. Milton Mills, Dr. Neil Bernard, Dr. McDougall, so many doctors are on there, but then like tons of other doctors, and it's getting bigger. They actually sued the or they had a lawsuit against the oh man, I can't think of who makes the recommendations, the dietary recommendations. You know how they come out each year for the like the food pyramid, and they actually got it removed that you need a serving of meat, and it now says protein. So
That's awesome.
and they are now trying to get warning labels on cheese that it may and dairy products that it may cause breast cancer because it may. Um, so it's it's like a really the bigger this can get and the I think they need to really educate the doctors and the hospitals. I said last year, the mayor that was just brought on to New York, he actually is plant based and he has gotten some of the major hospitals to change. They are not able to serve meat because I think it's such a disservice to have schools and hospitals, people in there for being sick and then serving them meat and dairy. At least the hospitals and the schools, I don't care how, I mean, people are going to eat the way they eat. No one's ever going to be able to tell somebody how to eat in America, but the more we can get the information out. Like we should see commercials saying, "Hey, I was healed from a plant-based diet." You should see these success stories on the news, not just on Forks Over Knives website. Like where are these stories
Right.
telling people some alternative to the narrative that they want us to know, like all these medicine commercials. Where's the one that said, "Hey, guess what? I healed myself on a plant-based diet from my asthma or my high blood pressure. I got off all my medication." Um,
That's why
Ariella
we're
said, "I
here.
never liked meat, milk, junk food. JJ, trust me, I'm older than you think. LOL." And that's another why these children develop breasts and go through puberty so early. I was flat chested till I was 16. These kids are born with breasts and teeth. It's in the food. It's all in the food. That's the reason that these children, she said, it's all in the food. I've heard that
Hmm.
before. She said, "Sorry, I'm typing too fast. I'm so excited about this conversation." Well, we're excited you joined us. Feel free to click the link anytime on the Meatless Monday and join in. You know, so you can. you can go ahead and talk if it's a lot to type, but you definitely have a lot of useful information. Um, I'm just really thankful that everybody's here talking about it because you never know who's going to hear this stream later on, you know. And Rose said, Ariel, I went through that with my sister because she ate organic. She developed at the rate she was supposed to, and so she developed later. Yeah, it's I heard that before too that there's a lot of that's bringing on puberty early with all the growth hormones that are in meat, the things that they're like pumping them up to make chicken chicken thighs look the size of, Texas and stuff, and the stuff that they're putting in milk, like I was saying earlier, cows are artificially impregnated and then they're over milked with machines, which then causes them to get mastitis and they get infections. So they're shot with a lot of antibiotics. And then that gets in the milk, and that's the milk we're giving to our kids, saying milk does a body good. And they're now getting, this extra hormones and creating issues for them. Um, it's just like it's a constant cycle, but the problem is the government's telling you you should have a serving of this every day and give your kids the milk, and they're saying that people have to take milk with prescriptions, and it's a constant cycle of bad information coming out. But that's what people know. That's what we were brought up on. It's hard to change people's mind because it's ingrained, and our parents don't know any better because that's what they were told, and our grandparents. That's a um that's a good discussion, Dawn. If you ever want to do that for your midday motivation, which is at noon, um, you guys should tune into that noon every day. She does a show on like midday motivation, but she talks about issues that have to do with like more of the mind, and it's like that is a good topic to have, like, the way that food, the emotional attachments of food, because I think that, you know we want to believe what we've heard our whole life. We want to believe doctors and we want to believe, but you have to keep that open mind and research. I think we might have lost you, J and J. Maybe she had to leave for a second.
Nope,
Uh,
I'm here.
oh,
I'm
okay.
here. I
I know.
had the mute on, and I realized that I was talking and I hadn't put it off yet. But yeah, I'll put a link to my channel in the chat tomorrow at 12. I'm down. I'll definitely talk about that.
Okay, cool. I'll be there. I'm always there, but I'm definitely gonna show up for the meat stuff, or meatless mindset. I don't know. That would be cool. Let's see. I definitely want to like thank everybody for coming, and I thought we were just gonna talk about like 15 vegan foods. Well,
We never talked about the candy, but that's all good.
yeah,
Well,
we got
we
into
mentioned a
something
few.
more important.
Yeah.
I really do believe that what we talked about was much healthier than candy, and plus everybody's probably done. Um, plus everybody's probably done with their candying, I guess you would
Right.
call it. I was gonna say, here, sift through the kids' candy and don't give them anything but Twizzlers, Smarties, but Hubba Bubba I found was actually vegan.
Oh,
Let me
I
look at
remember
that
that
list
girl.
real quick since I took the time to get it pulled up here. Let's see, vegan. Where are we at here? I'm looking. If anybody wants to join the Facebook group too, it's Vegan Knowledge, Vegan Do It group, Vegan Knowledge. I can send you a link. But that's cool because we can post stuff in there. And you can post your questions and things, and we can kind of talk about stuff. I usually post dinner. my pictures of food and articles about people who've cured different things. I just posted one about a lady who cured her arthritis. But it says here, here's the vegan products. I'll just do real quick. Um, that's a good lesson too. Always read the back of stuff because sometimes it might not even be like some like tortilla wraps. You would think they're vegan, some bread, but you'll find it has milk in it. Even weird stuff like these one bag of barbecue chips had milk derivative products in it. And I'm like, barbecue chips? So it's good to always check it out. But it's got Twizzlers, Hubba Bubba, original flavor, Cracker Jacks, original, Jolly Ranchers, something
Yay.
called Mamba Fruit Chews. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Sour Patch.
Mamba.
You heard of those?
Yes.
Okay. Sour Patch Kids, Swedish Fish. Oh, they used to be my favorite. There was a little store. It was called Cooks that we could walk to as kids, and she would
Hmm.
literally, I guess, took all her. This is showing you what a different time it was sanitary wise, but she would take. And if my mom is listening, she went there as a kid too. But Miss Cook would take her envelopes, and that's she would dip the Swedish fish. It was like 10-cent candy, so you could like she would dip it in these envelopes, and that's how you
Those
would
were
chew
like
it
the
out.
first gummy bears back in the day.
I love those.
Gummy
I don't
fish.
eat a lot of candy or a lot of sweet stuff, although I'm on some kind of Oreo cookie kick this time of year. Skittles. Oh, Skittles. Okay. Some of this
Taste
I
the
thought would have an
rainbow.
animal product in them. I don't know why. Dots. Bottle caps. Are they the stuff that is at the movies or is that something different? No, it's snow caps.
Ah, okay.
Fun dip. Oh, wow. Wonka
Oh, I
fun
used to
dip.
love Fun Dip.
Me too. Pixels, pixie sticks,
Pixie sticks too.
blow pops,
Oh, I love blow pops.
Smarties,
All the nice little sour candies that I love. I love that.
sweet tarts.
Yep.
That's the last one. So if you have any of those in your little Halloween candy bag or you have a craving for candy, those are the vegan ones.
And Twizzlers. I've been eating them since I could freaking spell.
Yes. For Christmas, my mom, remember that year she got you that huge
Yes.
Twizzlers?
She got me
We have
like a
pictures
five
of that.
foot long bag of Twizzlers. They were like extremely long. Like you could hang off a tree with one of them.
Like Dawn will be like sometimes like I'm trying to get off pretzels or whatever or Twizzlers. I don't want to eat too much candy and like it's like my mom senses it and will buy like the hugest bag of candy and like just one more. Do it for me. This is your last hurrah. Um, Rose said I get vegan uh, gummy bears at Whole Foods.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
cool. Ariella said, I so gummy bears are now vegan then. If she gets vegan ones. I didn't know that, Ro.
And I love Sour Patch Kids. Sour Patch Kids are like my fave.
Some stuff because of the texture of it, they use some kind of animal products that are not vegan in it, like to make like there's like a gelatin sometimes type stuff that they use in some candies. I wonder if that's what it is. Um Kim said, Ariel, I'm going to get the pills we talked about. I'm really going to start trying less meat after my birthday. Okay, Kim, that's right. You got a birthday coming up. Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday, Kim.
after meatless birthday. Ro Ariella said, yes, Ro, they're starting early. I just made some homemade spinach wraps. They were so good. You can make almost all these candies. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, make your own candy. That would be a fun activity to make like vegan candy with kids, right?
Did she say she made spinach wraps?
Yes. How do you do yours? I think were you on here when Dawn talked about what she puts in hers?
Or is she talking about she actually makes the spinach wrap itself?
Oh, I'm not sure. Ariella? Oh, she likes vegan gummy worms, but she's gonna let us know. Oh, and Janetta said, yeah, Jolly Ranchers.
Yes, Jolly Ranchers. I love them. I just had a bag of those the other week. Like last week. I just had a taste for 'em. Remember, Jen?
Yes, I remember that. And then remember the Sour Patch, was it Sour Patch Kids or something, and you got the tropical ones
Yes.
by mistake.
Yeah. And
And
I
then
still took them out.
yeah,
I
I
like
don't
the regular
sometimes I
ones
don't
though.
like the tropical. I like the old classic flavors of stuff.
I
But
love the
again,
classic. I don't like tropical flavor with some of these candies, but I couldn't help it because a Sour Patch Kid is a Sour Patch Kid. So even though it was tropical and initially I wanted to just take it back into the store, I ended up taking them out anyway.
right. Oh man, and it's like I've never like been one to get into a lot of sweet stuff, like a lot of candy, which kind of helps me when I'm like more of a savory person, but I do like sometimes I get into having an ice cream sundae, and I will say it's on the dairy video too, but I found vegan whipped cream to put on it, and then Hershey's syrup is vegan. Like, oddly enough, I don't know why I thought it
What?
wasn't gonna be. Yes,
Hershey's syrup is vegan?
I'm pretty sure. I'll definitely look it up again, but I'm pretty sure I
Oh.
found out it was vegan.
And
Hershey's
why don't we
syrup,
have that in
even
the
if it
house again?
because we might overeat it, right?
Right.
I forgot, but last year around this time, like I feel like when it gets near like when the weather starts getting cold, I start craving more like comfort foods. That must
Yeah,
be
me too.
And so, like in the summertime, it's like, oh, I want to do my all raw, and I feel all this energy, and then it's like, okay, I
Like I'm
need a little.
craving those Beyond Burgers right now.
Oh, we gotta do. Oh, the five simple Hershey syrup. That's what it is, but they do have a version of it.
Ah,
Um,
cool.
And the cool thing is we could do maybe next month. Well, it is next month pretty much, but this month maybe around like the 15th, like the second week we'll do a Thanksgiving. Give us your best Thanksgiving recipes. What's your experience with Thanksgiving? How do you deal with that if you're in a family that's not vegan? And then also we'll talk about these different recipes like Tofurkey makes a turkey, an actual roast. I haven't tried it yet, but we had a really good vegan Thanksgiving the last 2 years, and we can post up some pictures and everything, and what we did. And most like you can take stuff and make it vegan, like stuffing. We got the breadcrumb stuffing, and we just used vegan butter and
Yep.
that type of thing. It I got a whole new theory about the whole, sometimes Thanksgiving people might disagree with that, like it wasn't as like the pilgrims, they're like we took their land and stuff, but I forget who I was in the room with at work that started talking about that. I'm like, I'm just talking about the turkey, the fake turkey. Ariella says I make ice cream. Oh wow, my own sorbet also because I don't eat ice cream. Okay.
Cool
Um,
beans.
Yeah, sorbet is kind of like what, like sherbet type stuff.
Yes.
Okay, and like my grandmother used to eat Italian ice. She loved that because
I love
she
lemon
couldn't eat
Italian
dairy.
ice.
I wish that she was still around. She passed away in 1996. While I was like 19, so I was so sad that I couldn't have shown her some of these. I remember she used to eat cereal with water just to eat cereal because she just she drank black coffee. She couldn't drink dairy. She was lactose intolerant before I could get this knowledge and tell her everybody's lactose intolerant. But I wish like I could have shown her that she could have some of these products, like she could have milk or creamer in her coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the whole world of plant based has come so far in the last 10 years. And I know some people, Debbie, if you're listening on our Facebook group, she's been vegan for a long time, has raised her children vegan, and a lot of people even said that. things have come a long way in the last 10 years. I know just in the last 3 years, I mean, Food Lion's list of vegan items, I would look at that section and it's gotten bigger. And a lot of the vegan products are now being put next to the actual products. Like diet cheese is over by the actual cheese. So it's not like you just go to the vegan section, which is going to help more people make that choice, in my opinion, and try it. They might even pick it up by mistake, who knows. But I think there's like two schools of thoughts there, because the Beyond Meat is sitting by the meat and they did it on purpose, to have more regular meat eaters try it. And I think with it being in fast food restaurants, being in the shelves, we're going to start to have people just try it by mistake. But the problem is sometimes you might get something you don't like and it'll turn you off to it, so you have to keep trying stuff. Because I tried 10 different vegan ranch dressings before I found Hidden Valley that was so good. So don't give up, like, oh, this doesn't taste right. Keep trying different things. It's just like with regular food or regular restaurants. You got to try it till you get what you like. Let's see. I'm leaving. I'm typing all kinds of stuff. I'm exhausted. It's all fruit. Rose said I just placed my Thanksgiving order with Whole Foods. LOL. Oh, nice. Ariella, well, thank you. I know it's been a long day for you. So if you are dropping, don't worry. We appreciate all the knowledge you've given us. And Ro, too. And Anita, thank you for the recipes. And Kim, thank you for coming on. We're so excited you're going to start.
We'll go ahead. We'll make sure that we put the link out next week. I didn't put it out because it was getting so late, and I know you guys are tired. We're trying to go eat dinner at this point, so. But yeah, as soon as the stream starts, I'll drop the link. That way, anybody that comes in next week, if you want to click that and actually come on the panel and talk, that'll be welcomed.
Definitely. I'm so excited to already get to next Meatless Monday. Um,
Me too.
and let me read these last couple of comments here. Ariella said, my spinach recipe is fresh baby spinach, chickpea flour, water, and Himalayan salt. You love that Himalayan salt, Dawn. Garlic powder or whatever seasonings you like. Oh, that is nice.
So she makes the actual wrap. Oh,
Right. She's making the
Ariella
wrap.
needs to make a cookbook. She needs to make like a pamphlet or something. I would buy
Yes.
it.
Her and Anita are like cooking machines over here, and I'm like, okay, can I get a Beyond Burger? I need to step up my game here and do what these ladies do. I'm buying the wraps in the store, and uh,
I
but
definitely
yeah,
would
I
love
was
to
just so
play. I love
excited.
playing with that type
I
of
know,
stuff.
and Dawn, you're really good at it too. So when you give her a recipe, she's gonna try it, and then I'm gonna eat it and test it. What Road, you're ordered your Thanksgiving um order. So is this for the vegan or for the family Thanksgiving? And Ariella, thank you. You have given us a lot of valuable information. Hopefully you'll join the group. She said I love to cook. And Kim Turner, she said thanks. I'm really learning a lot to get started. I'm happy about that. And we're here for any questions. We can if you're on Facebook or not, I can always email it, but I'll email you the grocery list and it has everything on there to get started too, like all the good stuff that we found. And Ariella said, Rose said I ordered both the regular Thanksgiving and the vegan Thanksgiving. Cool. And then Ariella said, I love to cook and I'm working on my own herbal products. Oh, cool. Well, come on and advertise them. We'll definitely, you know, be happy to help promote them. Rose said, I got the turkey and prime rib for the meat eaters, but got the vegan mac and cheese. Cool. Was it Annie's or Amy's mac and cheese? Remember we tried that one once? Um, yes, Kim, definitely come on and let us know what's going on and if you're having any challenges. And I'm telling you, you're gonna really like some of these products. I wouldn't steer you wrong. I haven't yet. Does anyone else have anything that they want to say or talk about? Dawn, you have any last words? I just want to thank everybody for coming. That's my thing, and I'm really
No,
thankful for
same, same. I just want to thank everybody for being here and just looking forward to the next one, and loved all the recipe tips from Ariella and those guys. So thank you guys for coming to Meatless Monday. We appreciate you so much. And every Meatless Monday, with pretty much 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock every Meatless Monday. We will be on here giving these tips. If you want to get into any of the mental stuff, I'll be on at 12 noon every day on J&J Video Reacts. The link will be in the description of this video for you.
Oh,
If
don't
you ever
forget
want to
tomorrow
get into
night too. Take over
tomorrow night
Tuesday.
is Takeover Tuesday, where we talk about all things 90 Day Fiance. So if you are into reality TV and you want to get into a discussion about what's going on with the 90 verse, we will be doing that as well.
Yeah, we take it. Dawn takes it a little more. What do you call it? With lighthearted conversation. We're gonna save the world on noon on every day. She's gonna get your mind right, and I'm gonna get your body right. And then on Mondays, and then Tuesday we can just chill out and talk about everybody
Talk
else's
about
drama.
other people's drama.
You down with OPD? Oh, other
Yeah, you
people's
know me.
drama. Well, thank you everybody for coming. And Janetta
Thank you
said, I'm
guys.
working on myself. I know, Janetta. Thank you for being here and for supporting all of our shows. And Kim, you too.
We
And
appreciate all
Ro
you
and
guys,
Ariella,
Ro.
Anita, thank you so much, all of you ladies, for being here and everybody else listening in.
And you guys have a wonderful night.